Hello everyone and welcome! So excited to be working on my sprout because holy moly, we need to work on this outfit some. The green gloves and the red robe. We gotta fix this. It has to be fixed. We cannot continue with the red robe and the green gloves. This has to change. We've got to progress this MSQ, so at the very least we could do the Valentine's Day event. So that way we at least have the glamour pieces there, so that way we can fix this outfit. And the reason I'm stressing getting it so soon is because the Valentine's Day event is a limited time event, and though this outfit will come back, it won't be back until next year, and it will be available in the MOG station, which means that I would have to buy it. So if I miss out on it this year, I have to wait till next year, and then I have to buy it. I don't want to buy it. I just want it now. So let's just get it. So let's get on with the MSQ. We're getting pretty close. I am now the emissary for Gridania. I have been deemed special enough despite my thunder being stolen last week. I am deemed special as the outsider. My chair's a little too far back. And I have been deemed special, and I get to represent all of Gridania for my heroic deeds. And now I have to talk to Mother. And Mother says, well, if it isn't the emissary herself, had I known you were coming, I would have baked a pie. Aw, I'm special enough for pie now. Yay! You are truly full of surprises, Boba. Next, you'll be telling me you're one of the Warriors of Light, back from a half-decade-long holiday. Well, let us speak of preparations. As you doubtless already know, Green Bliss is an age-old ceremony for strengthening the bond between man and elemental. These days, the name also refers to the festival at large. In the ceremony, the emissary serves as a conduit, a bridge between the people and the guardians of the Twelveswood. Suffice it to say, it is no small responsibility, nor does the Eldseer choose mankind's representative on a whim. Seldom in history have non-Forestborn been chosen for the role, which should give you an idea of the magnitude of the honor being accorded to you. For your part, you are required to wear a ceremonial artifact, which is presently in the keeping of the Timber Master Beaton. Go to the Carpenter's Guild and collect it from the man, then return to me for further instructions. Alright, Carpenter's Guild. Let's go. Let's go get this ceremonial piece that we need to wear. Because we are the special one. We are the chosen one. We are absolutely amazing. We get to be the bridge, the conduit between man and the Twelveswood. We get to be oh so special. Beaton, here I am. So you are the emissary to be. Mione sent word that you would be coming to collect the ceremonial artifact. Sounds so special. The good news is that it's ready, painstakingly crafted by these very hands and from the rarest of materials. Take it, along with this warning. Get so much as a scratch on the thing, and I shall make an unceremonial artifact out of you. Hell, oh, so serious, sir. First impressions. Okay. Let's find artifact. Oh, that's wooden lockbox. Oh, I need to deliver the wooden lockbox to Mione. It'd help if I actually read what I was supposed to do and not just immediately jump to, okay, I'm ready just to wear the artifact. Gotta pay attention. I'm just skipping ahead. Alright, Mother. Mother, help me. It's locked. Gave me a box and he locked it. I need help. Back from your trip to the Carpenters Guild. Let's see what you have in that box. Yes, it's childproof. Let's open it up for me, please. Let me in. I can't figure it out. Open it, please. Ah, this is by far the finest Moana mask I have ever laid eyes upon. The Timber Master has truly outdone himself this time. In case he didn't mention, the mask is crafted by consecrated lumber rendered by the Gridanian tree solely for use by in the ceremony. In other words, it is priceless. Mother bids you handle it with care. And with that, your preparations are complete. The venue should just about be in order as well. If you have any questions, now's the time to ask them. There it is. Hey, Healer! Woohoo, another level. I am now level 18. And okay, so now we are now to level 14 on MSQ, and we need to renew the covenants. Mione has some final words of advice to offer regarding my role in Green Bliss. Now that I have the Moana mask, all that is left is to participate in the ceremony. Perchance you are feeling nervous, but never fear. Despite all the pomp surrounding the role, there is really nothing to being emissary. All you are required to do is wear the mask, stand up straight, and look dignified. The more involved aspects of the proceedings will be handled by others. Simple, no? Ceremony will be held at Miketo's amphitheater. When you are ready, make yourself known to the caretaker there, a woman named Estate. Oh, be sure to wear your mask or she may not recognize you. Now off you go, Bubba, and good luck. Okay, so I gotta put the mask on. So I tend to be lazy and I just go to my character window rather than go to my armory chest, and I click on the item slot to then open my armory chest. It made me naked. Ah. There we go. No, I'm not naked. Okay. I can't go topless. Like that's not cool. I don't think they would appreciate me going to this topless. Yeah, that's a good call, Euler. So that, like, doing it that way so that you only have to have the character menu on the hotbar instead of also having to keep track of the armory chest. Ah, you must be the emissary. I see you have come prepared. That is well. I've been instructed to escort you to your place. Please follow me. Yeah, with controller, totally need all the space you could get. Like, there's no way to really do that with, like, when you have so many buttons, yeah, you have to worry about, and only so many places to put them. Like, you're a lot more limited when you're on a controller than you are on mouse and keyboard. Like, I've got a lot more alternators and a lot more keys that I can work with a with mouse and keyboard. Especially since I'm on an MMO mouse as well. May she find favor with the element. Oh. Oh. It was so shiny that my VTuber model just decided to up and disappear there for a second. It's radiance. Oh, and I have a special crystal in my rock candy. Could it be a crystal of light?
もしや以前に母なるクリスタル、マザークリスタルに導かれたことが。
Tell me true. Has the mother crystal revealed herself to you? Did you bask in her light?
そう。エーテル酔いに似た感覚を体験したことがあるのではありませんか?
Have you perchance experienced sensations akin to aether sickness of late?
ハイデリーの意志に直接導かれるなんて。
That Heidelin would speak directly to this woman.
かつてこのエオルゼアには万神と戦った者たちがいました。
There once were dauntless adventurers who fought in the name of Eorzea.
その者たちはエオルゼア諸国がグランドカンパニーを設立するとその一員となりガレマール帝国とも戦ったのです。
When the primals threatened to bleed the land dry, these brave men and women rose to face them. When the Garlean Empire resumed its war of conquest, they rushed to the realm's defense.
世界を救うためにエオルゼア同盟軍の一員として5年前のカルテノーの戦いにも参加していました。
And when it was foretold that Dalmund would fall, they fought with all their strength to deliver us from certain doom.
しかしカルテノーを最後にその英雄たちは姿を消したのです。
Yet as strong and as brave as they were, they, like so many, disappeared amidst the flames at Cartno.
残された人々は英雄が自分たちのために命を賭して戦ったことを覚えています。確かに彼らはそこにいた。
None have forgotten the heroes who gave all for the sake of a realm not their own.
ですが、その名を口に出そうとすると、日に焼けた書物を読み上げることができぬよう、声に出すことができず。
Yet when we try to recall their names, we find the pages of our memories are blank, as if bleached by the sun.
その顔を思い出そうとすると、閃光の中にあるように、輪郭が影に包まれてしまうのです。
And when we try to recall their faces, we see only in silhouette as if they stood betwixt us in a blinding glare.
この不可思議な現象から、人々は英雄たちのことを光の戦士たちと呼ぶようになりました。
Thus have these heroes come to be known as the warriors of lights.
光の意志に導かれたあなたを見ていると、かつての英雄の話を思い出します。
Beholding you, illuminated by the glow of the crystal, I cannot help but be reminded of them.
冒険者殿、そのクリスタルを大事になさることです。
The crystal has chosen you for a purpose.
マザークリスタル、星の意志があなたに持たせた意味がきっとあるはず。
Trust to its guiding light, and all shall be revealed to you in good time. Yeah, so that's totally fair, Euler. So, like, I knew about 1.0, So like I kind of had an idea as to what was going on. So to not know about 1.0 and to hear all of this, like, yeah, it would totally be a little disorienting. I was still like slightly disoriented because like I still missed out on a lot of the different things with 1.0. Like I played about 30 minutes of it. It was like, no, I'm not doing this. I don't like this. But yeah, I still knew that some things happened, and I knew that the things they were referring to were the things that happened in 1.0. Like they were still making a nod to it. But they were like, oh, we're kind of saying that part of the story is done. We're not remembering, or we remember certain things of it, but we can't like relive it or anything like that. Like there's no going back to it.
あなたは一回の冒険者で終わらず、いずれは世界をも左右する存在になるかもしれない。
Though none can say for certain what the future will bring, it is my belief that you may yet play a telling role in this great realm.
なぜなら、あなたは超える力を持っているのですから。
For the power of the echo resides within you. Oh no, migraine with R again, you guys. It's migraine time. Flames to the fore! Victory belongs to the bold. Show those Imperial horse sons what we're made of. The left flank buckles. Divert the Barracudas. Bid them hold that position, though it cost them their lives. The yellow serpents are in need of succor. Price in the white wolves to their aid. The adventurers risk life and limb for our cause. We must not fail them. Oh, it's that douchebag again. At least I'm assuming it's the same douchebag. Nothing amiss? No. It is nothing. The barrier won't go down so easily. Eyes forward. Really smart of them to have that strong of a barrier around them, because obviously someone was just going to be like, guess what? We're just going to bombard the leaders just directly. Because I mean, that's a smart strategy. Like, strategy is you go over, or you try to go after whoever is coordinating everything, because then that's just going to end up leading to mass chaos afterwards. And that mass chaos means everybody's going to end up scrambling, and you could take down everybody a little bit more easily afterwards. That's why typically you end up going after the healer. Healer's the one that's sort of coordinating and keeping everybody up, and take them down, and then you can fight everybody else after that. But if there's a shield that's keeping them protected, well, you can't really go after them. But now County Senna is concerned. She's like, "You're being watched." Looking over that masked man. Oh, we have a banner on fire. Raging Bull calling Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn, respond. Respond, damn you. The nicknames. The nickname. They're making it sound like it's an undercover operation or something here. Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake. Respond. Yeah, so now we're abandoning the names and just Ryder? This is Raging Bull. What news? Like, we're not gonna call him Mad Snake. That was his code name. Why are we not gonna refer to the code name? What happened to that? We're surrounded by blaze. There's no way out. God preserve. What is that thing? What's going on? Speak to me. What is going on? Cannot hold much longer. Bad Snake! Bad Snake! Answer me! Give it all to the 7th hell! What of the Barracudas? Can it not be reached? Sorry, Admiral. Shell's not working. What of our own? I cannot say, my lady. That monstrosity appears to be disrupting communications. We must keep trying. Call until they respond. Yes, my lady. Admiral, General, we could do no more. We must give the order to withdraw. I will not forsake Louis Soir. General, please. Victory may belong to the bull, but there will be no victor this day. You know this to be true. Let us not sacrifice lives in vain. The adventurers fight bravely, but to no avail. Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
官全軍に通達。現時点をもって全ての命令を無効とする。全隊確固の判断で撤退せよ。
Belay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately.
いいか、しんがりには本隊をつけろ。冒険者たち特殊陸戦隊を優先して逃がせ。
Give foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
不滅隊にも撤退指示を出せ。何？リンクシェルが使えないだ？
Damn it. Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link shells are useless.
バカ野郎！足で回って伝えるんだよ！行け！
You still have lurking legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody halfwit. Their voice acting is really good.
これはもう戦いじゃない。
The outcome of this battle was long since decided.
衛星ダラバブにリードし、黒き蛮神による虐殺だわ。
Better to retreat now than risk a massacre.
暗くおぞましい気配。この状況でも強く感じるなんて。
A stark, stifling presence. Who or what?
撤収しつつ、ルイザー様の援護に回ります。各位用意を。
Go to take our place beside Archon Louisois. Take your positions.
カズバハムそれにムーメオジドーヌズ
That I should live to behold Bahamut once more.
ロガロアサワドだけエグドムブート
Magnificent. The eons of imprisonment have only made him made him hungrier.
イメラツウィ
I
ー
am a-
エキサクワトドゲハ恥はつるドヌス
I am aware of them. Pay them no mind. They are powerless to act.
シーズン逃げむジスダンジオンリラミライドザダイドーヌ
It has begun. Soon the planet will regain its true form. I just... If not evil, then why evil laugh? That's what I don't understand about some of the video game bad guys like that one. Like, if they really think they're in the right, why do they have the villain laugh? Like, what's the point in that? Ah, look who's back in the land of the living. You mean to say you don't remember a thing? You collapsed in the middle of the ceremony. Give us all a good fright, so we carried you back here. I must say, you're heavier than you look. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Is that supposed to... Are you calling me fat, Mother Mione? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Are you calling me fat? Like... What the hell? What the actual hell? Like... That's... rude, Mother. That's rude. You don't call people fat like that. I'm gonna cry now, Mother. That's so mean. So mean. Hardly stopped of late. Your exertions must have caught up to you. True, I must just be a really strong little potato. But your adventures are nothing if not resilient. Seeing as the worst is past, I shall take my leave and return to my duties. Oh, I almost forgot. The elder Seatsier told me she'd like to see you when you felt well enough. The gentle soul was almost as worried about you as I was, bless her. When you're back on your feet, be sure to visit her at the lotus stand. Well, I mean, I passed out right in front of her. Of course she's going to be worried. Like, it only makes sense. Like, she was right there. She was right next to me, and I just passed out. Like, if someone, like, literally passes out on you, stranger or not, you're going to be like, what the hell just happened here? Are they okay? Like, and you're going to legit be super concerned about them? Like, I remember when, like, the first time that I remember ever passing out, I was in high school, and it was during health class, ironically, and I think it was, so I'm not diabetic or anything like that, but I think it was just because I had a sugary breakfast and I just had a random blood sugar dip, and I passed out, and because it was high school, we had tiny ass little desks. I fell over and my head on the way down clunked on the desk next to me multiple times. So naturally, the most concerned person was the girl sitting at the desk next to me, who my head clunked against her desk a whole bunch of times because she was like, you scared the freaking bejesus out of me because your head hit my desk so many times. Like, I was sure you were going to have a concussion or something. Like naturally, like, just going to be so super confused. Like, it only makes sense to be super worried. The second most worried person was obviously the teacher, and it was a very close second worry. And then after that was just about everybody else in the class. And everybody else in the class was like really super confused. Like, the teacher was worried enough that he was he was the gym teacher, he was the health teacher, he was the baseball coach, and like, he was nicknamed Coach. And because he was extremely athletic and very, very, very well known throughout probably the entire state for all of his coaching and all that stuff. And well, by the time I came to, he's like yelling at the class, if she wasn't breathing, what would need to happen? Like, spouting off all these questions to the class. And by the time I come to, and he's asking the questions, like, the first question I heard was, if she's not breathing, what would need to happen? And I'm on the ground, and I'm like, CPR. You would do CPR. And like, everybody else is just sitting there like so scared, like they didn't know how to answer they didn't know the answer to the question, or they were just so shocked by all the turn events, or they were just scared of him yelling at them. Like, they didn't know what to do. And I'm just sitting on the ground going, CPR, CPR, you would do CPR. And he's like, who said that? Who answered my question? What was the answer to the question? And I said, CPR. Like, that was all I could say was CPR. And he's like he's looking around, and finally it clocked in his head that it was me answering, and he finally goes, like, and this was a high school class, and he said, why the fuck is the person who just passed out the person answering my question? needless to say, I was out for a whole bunch of tests to figure out why I passed out. And by the time I was in class next, by the time I was in class next, they were doing a whole bunch of CPR lessons. Like, they were like, it's because of you we have to learn CPR. I was like, you're welcome, guys. Yeah, so, I mean, I guess they could have answered call an adult. Like, that totally would have been a legit answer, especially since it was high school, we were freshmen and everything, and classes like lifeguarding weren't available to anybody unless they were a sophomore or higher. But yeah, like the next year I took lifeguarding and had to learn CPR for that, so it was something that, like, I was fully prepared to learn CPR, but I found it so funny that, like, they were all just sitting there so scared, and I'm just laying on the ground. I'm going, CPR, guys. The answer's CPR. CPR is actually, like, it depends on the teacher as to whether CPR is a good class or not. I would not have recommended it with my lifeguarding teacher. My lifeguarding teacher, he was a jackass. He was one that, by the time we got to infant CPR, I mean, first and foremost, he was teaching us, like, when we learned CPR, it was right when they did a whole bunch of updates to tactics and all that stuff. And, hey, Lethal, welcome! We're slightly nerding out. Right now we're talking about CPR. Haven't gotten to any math or anything like that. When I took lifeguarding, it was like right when they changed like some of the numbers and things like that, like numbers and frequency and everything. And my lifeguarding teacher, because it was like right when everything changed, he was like, "No, we're gonna learn the old ones." And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? We're gonna learn the old ones just like right when we have to learn new ones? Like what the fuck? Like by the time we were going to have to be recertified the next year, we were going to have to figure out the new ones and everything. It was completely total bullshit." But anyway, off of that tangent, another reason he sucked was when we got to infant CPR, he had me do the demonstration. And I was always known for being a teacher's pet. There was a reason why when I passed out, I was the person that was answering the question of CPR. And everybody else in class was completely scared because I was always the teacher's pet and I was always the one answering the questions and all that stuff. That was just what I was known for. Well, this lifeguard instructor, he insisted on being the person that was doing the counting for me. And I was the one that was actually doing the compressions on the infant dummy. And so I'm doing the compressions and he's counting, and he was counting way too fast. He was going like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And no one breathes that fast. No one. Not an infant, not an adult, no one. No one's supposed to be breathing that fast. And then he stops and starts screaming at me that I'm going way too fast. And it was something that he constantly known for screaming and yelling at everybody. And it was something that, like, just about everybody in the class, particularly the females in the class, like, he was really bad towards us. Like, it was something where he would always make us have to, like, he would always pick the smallest of us to lift the largest guys in the class. He would always have the smallest of us swimming with 20-pound weights and have the largest guys swimming with the 2.5-pound weights. Like, he would do things like that. And finally, I hit my breaking point when he was screaming and yelling at me about going too fast with the compressions. And I finally yelled at him right back and said, "Well, I wouldn't be doing the compressions too fast if you weren't counting so fast. I'm following your counts." fortunately, that was like right at the end of class, so we got dismissed to the showers. And we got to the showers, all the girls were like, you know, you would think he'd realize he had a problem when you're the one that's yelling back at him. Like hopefully he takes a step back this time and actually reflects. Like, when it's one of us that snaps at him, like, we're like, okay, like, we tend to snap at people, but when it's you snapping at them, because I'm not a very confrontational person. As I said, I was kind of a teacher's pet and everything, but I did not hold back that day. I just got straight up shitty with him. I was pissed. And it was like, hopefully he figured his shit out that day, because fortunately he's retired now, because he had no business being a teacher. Anyway, let's continue with this MSQ, because we passed out. We got on this huge tangent because we passed out in front of the lady seats here. And that's what led us to CPR, because we were talking about, oh, the lady CCR was concerned. I passed out like pretty much right next to her. So we were like, oh, well, of course she was going to be concerned. We passed out right there. And then I got on a tangent of I passed out basically right on top of someone. And then we'd talk about how I passed out in the health class, made them learn CPR. And then the next year I learned CPR. And yeah, that leads us to now. Yes. We need to progress with Boba so that way she can get her Valentine's Day glam, and hopefully soon we could get her bunny ears. She needs to have bunny ears soon. All right, we need to proceed to the Lotus stand. Oh yes, oh my goodness. Yes, Euler. Totally the office scene with the CPR. Like, you could do Staying Alive. That there's there are a couple songs that you can do to stay on beat. Staying Alive is probably one of the better ones because it's a little bit more positive and sounds like you're actually trying to keep whoever you're doing CPR alive. Save bandits! But also the more recent, if anybody's a K-pop Demon Hunters fan, Golden also totally works. That's pretty much permanent on my Spotify right now because my daughter absolutely loves K-pop Demon Hunters. I've looked forward to you coming, Boba. But tell me, are you recovered? Well, I am in a vertical position instead of a horizontal position, so I am at least better than I was, you know. It's an improvement. Oh, I accidentally progressed. She said, I am most glad of that. Now I hope you will not doubt the earnestness of my concern. But I would ask a favor of you, nor can I deny that I have summoned you here in part with this in mind. Know, however, that I proceed only upon the understanding that you are rested and well. Okay, so there's... See? There's more to why she was concerned. It wasn't just I was right next to her and she was just like, oh, this person, this tiny little person. Like, she's already a tiny person. And I don't even come up to her hips. And she still got more to ask of me. Okay. Thank you for hearing me out. And now we've got Envoy. Yay, Envoy! We're going to go travel. Got a task of great import. And we're going to get our first minion. Quote, quote, first minion. Because I have a whole bunch of experience and stuff. I actually have minions to claim. But, like, my wind-up Moogle, I will totally need to, I will totally need to run around at some point one of these days. First, foremost, MSQ. But I will totally need to find people with Moogles, because gotta have the Moogles. But we need to be tasked or entrusted with the task of great import, because we need to progress with this MSQ, because glamour. At least just the basics. That is a good point, Euler. Horizontal to vertical is really not that much for my tiny little character. My poor little short character. She's so short. And my character is just a baby. Just a baby. Okay. So Kanisina has written a letter to her counterparts of the Eorzean Alliance. The Battle of Cartano and the calamity that followed claimed countless souls and left countless more bereft of a home, or bereft and alone. In the dark days that followed, many were the survivors who thought themselves less fortunate than the dead. 5 years have come and gone, but the land and the people still bear the wounds of the devastation. Nor are we any closer to learning the fate of the Warriors of Light. Yet so long as we live, never must we give up hope. We owe this to those who laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. In remembrance of them, a memorial service will soon be held upon the anniversary of the Battle of Cartano. This missive bears the details of that service. You graciously accepted the part of emissary in the recent ceremony. Should you be so willing, I would now make you my envoy and have you bear my message to our allies. Your dedication to the people of Gridania rouses fond memories in me, and I would choose no other for the role. Would you do me this favor? Sure. Humbly, I thank you. As you are no doubt aware, our partners in the Eorzean Alliance lie some considerable distance away, nor are Ordahl and Limzillumen so close to one another. Yet fear not, for I have no intention of subjecting you, my own newly anointed envoy, to a journey which would take weeks by land. Well, thank you for taking into consideration my very short legs and not making me run that whole distance. Like, that would have been horrible. No, I mean for you to travel by air. Receive of me this airship pass. With it, you may make use of the skyways that connect the 3 city-states of the Alliance. Sweet! The airship landing is seated upon the lower floor of the Caroline canopy. Simply show your pass and you will be admitted to the departure area. Before you embark upon your journey, however, you would do well to seek the worldly wisdom of Mione. Few forest-born Gridanians know more of the lands beyond the Twelves Wood than she. At better times, airships were available for the convenience of one and all. Alas, the risk that our crafts may fall into Imperial attack has forced a reduction in the number of flights. Consequently, it has become necessary to restrict air travel only to those whose need is great. Such individuals may petition the relevant parties to be issued an airship pass. As you may have deduced, I am one such party. Yet I was not alone in desiring that you be granted the privilege of air travel. Such is the potential you show. We have no doubt that you will reward our faith in you, Boba. I feel so special. So special. By the power vested in me, I bid you journey forth as my envoy into the great realm of Eorzea. Walk her fields, brave her seas, and strive to know her better. And wherever you go, go without fear, for the path shall ever be revealed to those who are true of heart. Guided by the crystals of light, set forth and discover your destiny. Alright, let's go. Let's go travel the world. Or at least a little tiny part of it. Could seem like a lot to us, though. Because, well, as Euler pointed out, my vertical and, can I even play dead? No, I can't even play dead. But my character laying down and her standing up, they're basically the same thing. It's like Pam on The Office with the two pictures showing them the creed. Like, you need to find the differences between these two pictures. They're the same picture. Alright, Mother Mione, help me with the airships. It's good to see you up and about again, Boba. Tell me, did you play the Elder Seats, or did you pay the Elder a visit as I bade? Yes, I did. Appointed personal envoy. These people are just like, what's she going on about over there? What? We're just trying to enjoy our cookies and cheese and our tea. And now you are to bear the Eldseer's missive to our allies. Well, it seems you've made an impression on the great woman. I can't argue with her judgment, though. You've earned this honor with tireless hard work, and anyone who says you don't deserve it had better not do so in my hearing. It's true, she is a proud mother, and she has every right to show it off. I find myself praising you often of late, but Mother's truly proud of you. Short of a warrior of light, I cannot imagine no better adventurer to represent us, and that, my girl, is some compliment. Why, yes, I look like a great representative right now with my... I still have that mask on. But I flattered you enough for one day. I guess my character looks so ridiculous. I don't want your head to get too big or you'll struggle to looking around the realm. Well, I mean, I already struggle enough as it is. I mean, look at her head. Her head is already huge. Like, proportionally speaking, like, physically, it is a big head compared to the rest of her body. Speaking of which, Eorzea is a big old place. Now that you've seen it, or now that you have an airship pass, you can really start to broaden your horizons. The sky's quite literally the limit. Even if your errand didn't call for, I would strongly suggest visiting the two other city-states of the Alliance before you go anywhere else. They are, of course, Linza, City of Pirates, and Ilda, Jewel of the Desert. Once you've acquainted yourself with them, you could turn your sights on whichever lesser-trodden region takes your fancy. Calamity changed the face of Eorzea, and much of her now lies in the shadow. Beyond men's ken. It is a veritable playground for a wide-eyed adventurer like your good self. Mind you, it won't be all fun and games. Each nation faces its fair share of problems, from internal strife to conflict with the best, or with the... There they go again. Call them beast tribes. With the beast tribes and their primals. So don't be too surprised if you find yourself embroiled in an unsavory situation on your travels. But no matter what difficulties you encounter, I'm confident that you will pull through and emerge the stronger for the experience. These are interesting times for Eorzea, Boba. It's been 5 years now since the calamity, but folks are really beginning to look to the future. A period of great change is upon us, and you have a part to play in it. And if that prospect doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. Let's do it. Let's go flying. Let me down. Greetings, good ma'am. Good madam. Dude, I can't even see over the counter and you're calling me madam. Making me sound like I'm really old. And I, like, seriously, the counter's taller than me, guys. The counter is actually taller than me. This is a reservation counter for Limsa Lominsa bound flights. Oh, are you not Boba Moki, the Elder Seatseer's personal envoy? Yeah, hi. With skies are honored to serve you. Will you be flying with us today? Make it sound like it's the airline and everything. Yes, they really do need to. Here, I'm gonna hide my mask. Like, just hide the gear there, or I'll just hit recommend gear. Go back to the red cloak and pout here. What? Now I'm on. Was that not what I was supposed to do? Like, it acted like I still needed to talk to that guy. I talked to him and said, the airship bound for Limsa Lominsa will be departing shortly. Are you ready to board? Proceed to the landing area. Yes. Board the air. Okay, now it proceeded. Okay. So if it does anything like that, just talk to the arrivals attendant. And they should take care of you. Because I've seen people be like, oh no, I'm stuck. And then get like super freaked out. Like I've seen those conversations happen before. Attention all passengers. The airship bound for Limsa Lominsa is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. So are all these people special? Like, how did... Okay. Okay, I'm the only one on the airship. I'm the only one that's special, and... Oh. She's crying, and he's like poking fun at her. What the hell? That seemed rude. Yes, I do agree, Lethal. There should have been a stool at that counter for accessibility, so that way I could at least stand on the stool. Like, others can sit on the stool if they want to, but at least let me stand on this. Like, give me a stool to stand on, so I can at least see over the counter. Just the cutscene. Show it so I'm, like, climbing over the counter. Farewell, Boba. One day, minstrels will sing songs of your deeds. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Oh, my robes were even, like, flowing in the wind. So I do like that they kept at least, like, they kept what they could keep of the graphics. Instead of putting all so many pixels in a freaking potted flower that crashed computers. Yes. Love the minstrel. The minstrel's awesome.
あの屈辱は15年前か。
It's been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still.
最大最強の飛空戦艦アグリウス率いる大艦隊による電撃的侵攻作戦。
15 years
こ
since
の一手でモードナの銀類港を抑えることでエオルゼや併合を確かなものとするはずだった。
all of Eorzea will soon be ours.
だが上昇無敗の我が艦隊の前に現れたのは天を覆い尽くさんばかりのドラゴンの群れ。
The heart of which grew the Gartzimer.
源流ミドガルズオルム。
And though we succeeded in slaying that worm, the Dread Serpent's defeat was bought at too high of a
あいくつ
price.
形で仕留めたものの
Our invisible
アグリウ
flagship
ス
was
は落
lost,
ち我らは軍を引かざるを得なかった。
and all hope of victory with her. And so ended our glorious conquest. So all of that happened, so I couldn't read fast enough, but that happened at Silverchair Lake.
偽りの神が長領ばっこする証拠の地。
Eorzea, a blighted realm riddled with false gods.
二度にわたり帝国の構成を跳ねのけし、今は
Twice now.
敷地。
It has eluded the Empire's grasp.
かくしてエオルゼア信仰は停滞し、奴のような俗物の台頭を許すこととなった。
For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it.
そしてメテオ計画ですら第七零細なる最悪を引き起こしただけに終わり、支配構造は何一つ変わっておらん。
And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity.
不条、不定、不足。この世界はあまりに狂っている。
It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core.
救わねばならん。
Yet it must be saved.
我々が愚かな民を未来へと導く。正しき支配と導きこそがこの地に平定をもたらすのだ。
Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to order the misguided masses from their ignorance.
ガイウス閣下の御心のままに。
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balzar. Their outfits just kind of crack me up a little bit.
なあ、ガイウス軍団長はなんでエオルゼアに？
Hey, is Legatus really planning to take another tilt out of Eorzea?
先日の閲兵式でも言っていただろう。大きな作戦があるんだってよ。
Eh? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
でもよ、カルテノーの戦いから5年、本国は俺たちを放置してきたんだぜ。今さら何をやろうっていうのさ。
I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Cartano. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
ガイウス閣下のご意向に疑問でもあるのか？
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus' plan.
ネロ様。
My lord.
お前、どこの生まれなんだ？
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
塚であります。
Othar, my lord.
自分はアラミ語であります。
Alamigo, my lord.
コードネームはハミングウェイ。
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume. I don't know what you've...
やっぱりな。
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate.
ケース58。パラメキア情報機関からの報告の通りだぜ。
I assure you, Frumentarium sees all.
草だ。
You're so
片付
skilled.
けとけ。血もきれいにしとくんだぜ。
You're so skilled that he managed to take that guy out with his blade and didn't even spill any blood whatsoever. Clean up this mess. What mess, bro? Mess. There's just a dude. Clean up this mess and do not miss any, or I shall be most disappointed. At once, my lord.
俺の魔導技術が上だってこと思い知らせてやんよ、ガーロンド。
Garland, you will soon be made to know the true power of Magitech. Ah, the obsession with Garland. I have arrived, and I'm just noticing my purple pants. My outfit goes together so well. I am here. Now let me out. Do-do-do. Okay, gotta remember which NPC to talk to so I can get out. Yes, so the guy that was asking questions and stuff there, that guy was from Alamigo. The other guy that was answering them, he was from Orthard, so he was from overseas, closer to Kagane. Yes, I am the envoy, and I am ready. I need to go to Bulwark Hall. And I'm going to prioritize that before I get sidetracked.
Hide!
Enter.
グリダニアより死者が来るとは聞いていたが、まさか冒険者とはな。
I did
よ
not
ほど
expect the,
信頼されていると見える。
I did not expect the Gridanian envoy to be an adventurer. It speaks highly of your character that the Elder Seedseer would choose an outsider to represent her nation's interest.
こちらへ。
This way.
ようこそ海の都リムサロミンサへ。
I bid you welcome. What is up with everybody being so... Oh.
この国のグランドカンパニー国家団の最高司令官トトクのメルウィブ・ブルーフィスウィンだ。
I am Merweb Bluefussen, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa and Commander of the Maelstrom. So, That is the thing. Be prepared for me to butcher a lot of their names because a lot of their names are basically, if I were to take my face and just smash it against the keyboard, like, that's what Marwan's last name there is kind of like. So I'm like, there are quite a few of them that I'm like, I'm totally gonna butcher names.
早速要件を聞こうか。
Now, what news from the Black Shroud? Here we go. Here's the letter. A memorial service to honor the fallen. Seven hells. Has it been 5 years? 5 years since the Garlean Empire sought to wrest Eorzea from our grasp. It was an answer to the imperial threat that the city-states formed the grand companies and forged the Eorzean alliance anew. But Garlemald was not content to wager all on a simple contest of martial might. They had other plans, the Meteor Project. Legatus Nail Van Darnus, hells take him, intended to cleanse our realm by snatching the lesser moon, Dalamud, from the heavens and casting it down upon our land, down upon our heads. Desperate to prevent this lunatic scheme, we marched our forces to the Cartano Flats, and there met the 7th Imperial Legion in battle. Never have I seen a fight like the Battle of Cartano, and I have seen a full many. But though we gave no quarter, spared not one ounce of effort, we could not prevent what followed. From inside the shell of Dalamald came a winged nightmare, a dragon of the size of a bloody city. 'Twas the elder primal Bahamut, bent on making an 8th hell of Eorzea. In the space of a breath, the legions of the Empire were set aflame, while our own armies fared little better. 'Twas as if the whole world was burning. Words cannot well describe the scene. And yet, by some miracle, a few among us were spared. Even as I stilled myself for death, a blinding white light enveloped me, robbing me of my senses. When I regained them, the dragon was gone, and the still smoldered land was warped beyond all knowing. Were Archon Louis Sois still with us, he would doubtless shed some light on these unfathomable happenings. Alas, he is not, and I fear we will want for his wisdom in the days to come. For while our nation struggled to recover from the devastation, the beastmen called forth their damned primals to torment us anew. Unless we put aside our differences and rebuild now, our foes will catch us unprepared. And I speak not only of the beastmen. Do not imagine that the Empire has forsaken its claim on Eorzea. The Imperial crowd our borders, waiting to strike. Damn it all, we need champions to replace those we lost. But such thoughts are worse than worthless. Time is short, and none will save us save ourselves. It is the duty of every soul who survived the calamity to work together for the good of Eorzea, and this memorial service may be the very thing to unite us. Kani-sana has the right of it. I accept her proposal. Your duty is done here, adventurer. I'll see that the Eldsir receives my reply. Travel next to Ulda, yes? Why, yes, I do. Pray, give my regards to General Raban. Oh, and tell him the wolf has been sniffing around the stables. A private jest, and one of poor taste. But I would have you tell it all the same. Very well, Boba. May the navigator guide you on your journey. Wolf has been sniffing around the stables. Trying to remember what she meant by that. Okay. I'm not going to get distracted. Not yet, anyway. We'll be back soon enough. There's plenty of time to explore Lemsa Lemensa. I'm trying to remember how it goes when you start in the other ones. It's been a good while. I don't think I've done it with starting in Ulda, to be completely honest. I do think I've done one where you start in Lemsa, but I don't remember. We're gonna skip the flight cutscene. I'm almost positive I've done one where you start in Lemsa. I'm spacing on how exactly it goes when you start in Lemsa. Like, I feel like it's still fairly similar. Okay, still need to go to the testing strip. Okay. Like literally right here next to this. I might as well just go ahead and grab it while I'm here. Yeah, I think it's pretty much just presented as a different person comes up with the idea of holding the memorial, but otherwise it's still pretty much the same concept. The Gridanian envoy, I presume. Would you be so good as to allow me to inspect the missive you bear, madam? My thanks. Everyone keeps calling me madam. Ah, yes. Seal the elder seats here. Please proceed. Well, that's mean. Ah, guess from Gridania. I thought I smelled leaf mold. I really smell like a mold. And I just nod at that? I'll hold it against you. If you're half the warrior, Connie says, 'tis a wonder you don't reek of dead Ixal. Okay, I forgive you. Welcome to the Sultanate of Ulda. I am Raban Alden, General of the Immortal Flames. I find it interesting that in the Japanese dialect, like they actually say Grand Company, but in the translation they say nothing about Grand Company. Like he clearly says Grand Company, but they never translate that he's the General of the Immortal Flames Grand Company. But you did not come all this way to trade formalities. I did not. Cartno. I remember bloody Cartno. You know what happened that day, adventurer? When we took the field against Scarlians. Sorry, so my counterparts have educated you. Oh. trust my wolf to make light of our wolf problem. Women always did have a black sense of humor. Oh, I remember. I remember what she's talking about now. Okay. Wolf sniffing about again. Okay. I remember. Wolves are bloodthirsty beasts upon which one cannot turn one's back. It is only a matter of time before they bite. So it was with the Garleans 50 years ago. No sooner they had learned how to use Magitech than they began seizing territory from their neighbors. Led by the legatus Solus Saus Galvus, they swiftly brought the other nations of Ilzabar to heel, and so the legatus became an emperor in his republican empire. An empire which set its sights upon Eorzea. But the conquering emperor is now an old man of 80 winters. His health is failing and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Garleans have been quiet of late. But the 14th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders. And their commander, Legatus Gaius Van Belsar, has long harbored ambitions of the conquest. This is what she meant by the wolf. Gaius. Were he to strike now, I fear we would fall like so many others before us, and not only Ul'dah, but Gridania and Limsa Lominsa as well. For the calamity brought the lot of us to our knees, and we've yet to get up. We barely have the strength to stand against the beast tribes, never mind the primals they mean to summon. We are a realm divided, adventurer, an alliance in name only. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The Garleans stir, and the Admiral would not let it go unnoticed. All other concerns pale in comparison to the Empire, even the beast tribes and their bloody primals. We must stand united once more, that much is clear, and if we are to do so, we must remember the cause which last brought us together. Connie will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen. We will remind the people what their brothers and sisters fought and died for. I had to figure out what was behind me because I could hear something behind me. It's just my dog. My poor little French bulldog who's just winking at me. Shall I inform the Sultana and the Syndicate? I will speak with her grace myself. Very good, sir. The Elder Seatsier will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, adventurer. Yes, give me my tiny little airship. Now I can use the airships that connect the three nations, but before I board an airship, I must pay a prerequisite fare in Gil. So it costs Gil to go between the three cities, but it's a lot faster than running, at least. Alright, get all these rewards and Call of the Sea. Bartholomew has information that may be of interest to me. Okay. What you got for me, Bartholomew? Ah, my lady envoy, I trust your stay in the Sultanate has been pleasant. Now, if you do not mind my asking, do you perchance have plans to visit Limsa Lominsa in the near future? So I have information that may be of interest to you. I once accompanied the Flame General on an official visit to the seaside city-state, during which time I became acquainted with the Bateron, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench. Well, the man sent word just now that he has a job up for a capable adventurer. I can think of none with better credentials than you. Bateron would doubtless be pleased were you to offer him your services. Yeah, the further go into like how this mission goes, if you go into the city-states, it all ends up funneling into basically what you're supposed to be doing right now, where you're supposed to be going back to Limsa Laminsa. Because the order that you do your help with the 3 particular city-states, I am going to go ahead and... Oh, hey, it's only 120. For some reason, my brain was thinking 150, but I think that was to a different city-state that you unlock later. Nope, we ain't watching that. But they want you to do this particular help in the same order and flow the rest of the story in the same order. Welcome to the Drowning Witch. Sit wherever you like, lass. I'll be right with you in a... Hi, I'm Baderon, right? Who's asking? I've got a job for a capable adventurer, you say? Well, you're bloody right. Just so you're fairly warned, though, this ain't no job for the faint of heart. Things are liable to get downright bleeding airy. But if you think you're still interested, let me know and I'll fill you in on the details. Yes, I am interested. They just really want me to have cloaks that mean I can't have separate headgear, for sure. Ooh, I've obtained a tuft of Phoenix down. Doesn't really do me a whole lot of good since I have since I can raise, but I mean, still. And here we go, guys. It's probably pirates. Yes, they want you to funnel into it's probably pirates as the first part of your city-state portion. So after you do your whole mission of trying to get everybody in for the memorial service, they then have you come talk to Baderon, coming to Limsa Laminsa and talking to him and doing the it's probably pirates first and then progressing through this part in this particular sequence. And yes, I totally agree, Lethal. I hate the gears that take up multiple slots. Like, just... I also hate it when it's like the glamour pieces that you get from the Mog Station that's like, oh, it takes up all of the glamour slots. Like, don't make it one solid thing. Split it up. Like, oh, I want just the boots. Let me just glamour the boots. I don't want to have to glamour the whole outfit. Or I just want the top. Like, let me mix and match and be creative on my own. Like with Menphilia's outfit. I don't want the entire thing. I thank you for taking your time to help me out. Now, I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word has it that some suspicious-looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of Sastatia's secret, and I need a trustworthy sort to head up north of Elport and find out who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But it weren't so long ago as the Fishback's pet pirates paid us an unwelcome visit and folks are feeling a bit nervous. If you would permit me, Master Baderon, I should be happy to elaborate. Well, look you, Mr. Dapper. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellow Jacket himself. To what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Raynor? Come to make sure my patrons are behaving. Or just thirsty. Neither, in fact. I was informed that you had requested an adventurer to assist in my investigation, and I came to offer what information I could sift from my recent reports. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Ailport in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. Information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Saustacia Sea Grout included. Their research revealed little, save that the family of Carls had taken up residence in the caves. Nothing to concern us, in short. In light of the recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Saustacia again. But with the Sahagin testing our defenses daily, I am loath to assign the task to the limited forces of my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus I sought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. It is settled. Saustacia is located in western Lenosha. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Vompala. She can be found at the ferry docks on the lower decks. You heard the man. Good luck, you lass. All right. Time to hurry. I used Sprint and realized I actually need to go down this way. Since I am heading past. Thanks for the follow, Unforgiven. I don't remember which one I am using though. And I honestly, to be completely honest, don't even know if it's actually working properly because I know mine has completely messed up. Here recently, I moved a lot of my files around and it's not finding all of my files quite right. So it's only finding like a couple things. Like I think it might be glitching because of a couple copies and things like that. Well, with launchers and stuff, with that, So I don't really want to go necessarily into launchers and stuff on stream necessarily, because with the launchers, technically speaking, XIV launcher is against terms of service. Now, I'm not saying don't use it or anything like that. It seems like it's a great launcher or anything like that, but technically the only one that can be used to follow terms of service is the official launcher. So it's not a good idea to talk about the launchers on stream. But that is a good question, Unforgiven. Every time I go to do this quest, I always shoot way past where I'm supposed to go. I just immediately run to the dungeon. I get too excited. So I'm like, yay, dungeon. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom the Yellow Jackets sent word. I hear you are to brave the depths of Sastasia Sea Grout. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what epic tales would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone be the height of foolishness. No, you shall need companions, and you shall need the training we here at the Hall of the Novice can provide. I strongly suggest that you study the fundamentals of group combat before continuing on your mission. The smith here oversees the schedules. Speak to him, and you could register for exercises tailored to your particular field of experience. When you have mastered all that our masters have to teach, then it will be time to head north once more. Report to the Yellow Jacket Scout at the mouth of Sastasia Sea Grout, and he will furnish you with the details of your duty. And now we could do Halls of the Novice. And basically it gives you the information about Halls of the Novice. And these exercises are all going to be specifically geared to whatever class you specifically are, or at the very least your role. I should actually clarify, it's for your role. So like if you're a melee DPS, like for instance, if you are a rogue versus a lancer, they're going to be the same. Like they're not going to be different for those two. But if you're a lancer versus a conjurer, those are going to be different because a conjurer is going to have a different role in combat compared to a lancer. And same for a marauder versus a conjurer. Like they have different roles. So these exercises are going to be different for these training exercises. Typically, I would say yes, absolutely do these exercises and go through them. However, I am actually a seasoned adventurer. And even though I am a seasoned adventurer, I would typically still go ahead and do it because you do get rewards. You do get that experience ring that you can equip that will gain you experience. Like these rings are not all that great. But because I want to make sure we can try to get through this, and this quest is required for being able to do the Valentine's Day quest, I want to make sure we can actually get through this. I really do like that they have changed the UI and explanation for this to say you can go through this with NPCs or you could go in with other players. Either way works perfectly fine. And that they put a lot of work to go in and update it, to go in and make NPCs available. When I first started playing the game, NPCs were not available for these dungeons. You had to go in with other players when you first got to this stuff. And this whole thing is going to explain how you could go in with duty support if you would prefer not to play with other players, and how exactly all of the duty support works. I am not going to do duty support. And like, even if you click on the entrance, it will actually ask you, do you want to enter with NPCs or do you want to enter with other players? And it'll give you party finder help. Which way do you want to go? I'm going to see what the queue is like. If the queue looks like it's going to be too long or anything like that, then I will go in with NPCs. But I'm going to try to just go with other players. That was an insta-queue. That was super fast. Like, poor TPS probably had to wait a little bit. That is the nice thing about healer privilege. Healers and tanks typically don't have to wait, whereas DPS probably have to wait. Oh, my tank is experienced enough that... So you could tell by... If you look at your party list, you can see your party's icons to see what class they are. And I can see that I've got a paladin, I've got a bard, and I've got a pictomancer. It looks like it's red. The nice thing is about these, with these low-level dungeons, not a whole lot of healing that is in that. I'm so terrible with tap targeting. And one of these days I will get used to the scroll targeting that I set up. Come on, I was nowhere near any of them. I do kind of miss about the Realm Reward dungeons was like how the bard went and like kind of ran off there for a second and then he said red. What happened there was they interacted with this over here that was the red coral before hitting that lever. The other ones like mess up. Like having those little quirks. Yes. I miss having things like the notes. Oh, come on. That take totally had AoE'd and had aggro. He was just fine. I don't understand why people get so confused about the note. Or just like, no, why are you even checking that? It's like, no, like it's one of the mechanics. Like, respect the mechanic. It's like if you don't know the mechanic, it's fine, but don't think someone's crazy for doing the mechanic. Go, tiny here. Oh, don't want to dot that guy from across the room. But yeah, I'm sure pretty much my whole party, based upon what jobs they are, they're probably all like, fuck, I got this dungeon. why the fuck am I here? Are probably all like secretly cursing me because they can all look at the list and be like, oh, we're here because of the healer. Like, yep. That's exactly why you're all here. You're all stuck here because of me. You're welcome. Alright, so let's there. Wolves aren't coming yet. There they go. Peloton. This game really does like to push this dungeon. I don't know what it is about this dungeon. This game, like, unless you set up settings to force it to say, hey, keep it so that I'm only getting dungeons that are at least close to my level, it's like, guess what? We're throwing you here, or Copperbell Mines. Like, sometimes it'll be like, no, we're gonna throw you in the Copperbell Mines. Like, no, don't throw me there. Okay, so I'm not wasting. So I'm at least not wasting their time with the cutscene. I'll skip the cutscene. Because it's not like I'm completely new to this. And this used to take more time, so that it was like you actually had to worry about the ads that came because of the ripples and stuff, and actually had to worry about standing on them. But nowadays, the boss just goes down so fast that it's just like, just tank and spank. It really depends on my mood as to whether I want to make them wake. With a dungeon like this one, I'm like... And the fact that I'm mostly just trying to get through this dungeon like as quickly as possible, so that way it's like, okay, we need to make sure this poor character can get to the Valentine's Day quest. Yay, I got two commendations. Woohoo! Got the first 2 commendations for this character. Like certain cutscenes, I will absolutely watch those cutscenes. But that piece of trash pirate, no. And then like all those baddies in that dungeon, nah, they don't deserve my time. They don't deserve my time. Some of the later instances and stuff, they will get the time. I will totally watch those cutscenes and force people to wait. And the good thing is that with the completion of this quest, yeah, I have Singular. I put auto skip if I've seen the cutscene before. I have auto skip on. But if I haven't seen the cutscene before, it'll still play. Yeah, Lethal, that dungeon can be really, really fast, especially if the tank pulls really, really fast. Honestly, that tank probably could have pulled even more. I would have been totally fine, but I also get that, like I was the sprout of the party. They didn't know that I'm not really a sprout. That I probably could have handled more than when I was there. Yeah, they were really worried that I was new, or at least I had the appearance that I was new. And it's like, no, I'm not actually new. I just look like I'm new. Go all the speed. We could go super fast. I'm perfectly fine with all the speed. Yes, right now it's pretty much just a cosplay as a Sprout. I'm also cosplayed as a Lalafell. No! I don't like when healers do stuff like that. Like, no, it is not acceptable to pull people out of cutscenes. Like, if someone wants to watch a cutscene, I respect when they want to watch a cutscene. Like me not wanting to make people wait on me watching a cutscene, that's just more of a me trying to respect their time. But yeah, I would totally, if someone, like if one of them had pulled without me, I would have been like, no, that's not okay. Such a task was on the books. Was, mind. I'm afraid that ship has already sailed, friend. Hello, people. Might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Southeasia? Yes. Seems that ship has not only sailed, but now returns to the harbor none the worse for its voyage. A pity. We dragged our boots too long on this one. Well, yes, I sort of, like, my thunder got stolen, now I steal your thunder. No matter, the wheel will turn and our chance will come. You are right, of course, but there shall be no rest till we have attained our goal, lofty though it may be. We could sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as will earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. You have such a goal. Large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for, and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will be overcome in time. Well, that's inspiring. I like this guy. Would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as arms and armor for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavors, my lady. I like that he wasn't bitter that I took on the quest that they wanted to take on. Like, I feel like in Gridania they would have been bitter. They would be like, let an outsider do it? Oh my gosh, how dare you? But he's just like, nah, you did great. You're awesome. Good job. Be positive. Yay. Hearts. Like, I like that guy. Back then, are ye? With all your limbs and a tale to tell, I'll wager. Of course the barkeep needs the tale. He needs all the gossip. Fishbacks. And there I was thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate skull or 3. 7 hells. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes, and a scaly bastards have set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still sounds like you left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they was planning. Unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Southeasia, of course. Anyway, all's well that ends well. On behalf of Limsa, I thank you for shedding some light on this mystery. You've lived up to your reputation, and I couldn't ask you for more than that. Now I'll bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. It so happens that I've had a request from our sister guild in Gridania, see? Seems the folk are in need of an adventurer what can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be no skip through a sunny glade. But after the way you dealt with our fishback investigation, I doubt it's anything you can't handle. Give us a shout when you're ready, and I'll lay it out for you. And perfect timing, that was the quest that was needed to be completed in order to do the Valentione's quest. Because not only do you need to have level 15, but you also have to have that quest completed so that way you can actually use the Party Finder feature. Because if you don't have MSQ up through there, it won't let you do the Valentione's quest. So now I should be able to do that, so that way I can take advantage of those glamour pieces. Yay! Huzzah! So happy. Okay. So, with that, I am going to work on the Valentione's quests off stream. Because we already saw my Vieira do it. We did. As funny as I think it would be for my Lalafell to do it, there's no way I could do all of that in 2 minutes. So I will be doing that off stream. What I will probably be doing on stream is not only continuing the MSQ, but I will also be unlocking a couple things, such as the... I will be unlocking hairstyles. Getting my hair done. Because I love my character's hairstyle, don't get me wrong. Like that hairstyle is absolutely adorable on my Lalafell. But Lalafells have all kinds of amazing hairstyles that are really, really great for them. Okay, the black actually doesn't look all that bad. It's nice to have. And also, never know, you might want to have a really nice hairstyle that goes better with a different glamour. And I will also be unlocking glamoring at some point. We'll just see what all we happen to get to. But I definitely want to do more MSQ because we definitely have more dungeons that are coming up with the game. And then, so that will all be happening on Tuesday because the majority vote was more time with Boba here. Boba gets more screen time. And then on Friday, we'll be returning more with my Vieira. And my Vieira will probably start off with some more leveling stuff. And we'll see where the night ends up taking us with my Vieira. And after that, next Sunday, again. I mean, of course, more Boba time. I mean, she's just absolutely adorable. I mean, Lalafell emotes are just absolutely amazing. The only thing that would make them even more amazing is if they had ear wiggles like the Mikote do. I absolutely love Mikote ear wiggles. But anyhow, thank you all for being so absolutely wonderful and amazing. You all are so great. I am going to be putting out a survey in the Discord. I've been researching a lot as far as what's going on with Discord, what's going on as far as other platforms and stuff like that goes. So I'm going to be coming out with a form or a questionnaire to get what your thoughts are on everything. And so be on the lookout for that. I will be posting that in Discord within the next few days. And with that, I bid you all an absolutely wonderful and fantastic day. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you all later.